Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another reaction. As promised, we are doing a spotlight video for GOT7 in February. I have picked 4 music videos, or to be honest, there was one comment that had a lot of likes, like 300 or 400 likes if I'm not mistaken, suggesting the next 4 or 5 music videos for me to check out for a spotlight reaction. And seeing the love that that comment got, I decided to go with these 4 music videos. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you so much for all the love on the first ever GOT7 reaction on this channel, which focused on Python, but I also checked out 2 other music videos, If You Do and You Calling My Name, which were absolutely incredible. Python is probably one of my most replayed songs of the last couple of months, and the Killing Voice reaction as well did insanely well, so just thank you so much for all the love on that. The 4 music videos that we are focusing on, and I will be talking about Not by the Moon when we get to it, because I'm sure that I'm gonna get comments of, I wish you checked out the trailer. I did watch the trailer off camera just to get the full gist of the concept and the whole Romeo and Juliet and the quote, don't swear by the moon, it is changing, or something along those lines, which was really cool. So we'll talk about it a little bit later, just to make sure that you guys know that I did watch the trailers. But we're focusing on 4 music videos: Lullaby, ECLIPSE, Not by the Moon, and we'll finish off this reaction with Last Piece. There's plenty of other suggestions, obviously. There's so many songs, so many music videos, so many B-sides, but for Spotlight, I am mainly focusing on just music videos, and I decided to go with some of the most requested suggestions, so that is what we're doing. Starting off with Lullaby, let's get into it. It is funny because I started off my Python reaction with JB sounding like he's doing a lullaby or something. Ooh. Ooh. Whoa. We flying. Oh, the footwork is nice. Oh, this kid. Oh, but wait, let's take it back. That bookshelf gave me like Interstellar vibes. Damn. Okay. Whoa. Ooh. That was cool. As the train passes by. Oh, that's pretty cool. Ooh. Let's go, Jackson. This is so interesting. Like, that is kind of interesting. Whose eye was it though? Because like, I'm beginning to notice like a bit of a pattern with GOT7 music videos, like either waking up from dreams or something, and Python literally Bam Bam wakes up from like that playground dream and whatnot. But here, like at first you get a very romantic vibe, but also like the whole theme of Lullaby is almost kind of like being kids and whatnot and having fun, much like kids. So whether it's something romantic or something that makes you bloom, I believe it was Mark who was going on the street and like all the flowers are blooming, like the way you make me feel, like I'm in a dream sequence. Or you have, I believe, Jin Young, I'm so sorry if I'm saying the wrong name, in the flying car, you know, having a bit of a Harry Potter moment, you know, like all of them are being taken into like this fantasy dreamland because of this lullaby that I hope you never stop singing to me. And it takes over them through their childhood, because you literally see, first you have like the fridge opening up and you have a whole bunch of beers to emphasize like they're being adults. These are grown-ass men. But later you have a whole bunch of like toys floating in the air in that same room, if I'm not mistaken. So it's kind of like no matter how young or old I'll be, even when I'm turning 70, that lullaby is still gonna stick with me, and it doesn't matter which version of me exists, I will still hope that you will sing that lullaby for me forever. So there's like a whole bunch of different meanings that you can take from it. One romantic, one a little bit more like mature, I guess. And like you have literally Jackson, who is like taking the mic and is like ascended from like this flyer that he saw to then being part of that concert that is advertised on that same flyer, and then, you know, going off on his show. Kind of makes me wonder if that, when did Jackson do his first solo, and if there was like any like connections there, or was his solo career beginning at way after this? I'm not sure. But yeah, Bam Bam in like this island, but there's a bed and there's water too. Like that's kind of interesting. So it's like he's dreaming of like this fantasy island, or dreaming about like this bookshelf that takes you into like this galaxy. Like you have a galaxy in your eyes. It's something that, you know, you can say to a girl, or something that, you know, you say about people and like their expressions and like the amount of soul they have in their eyes and whatnot, and like the smiles and everything. And then you have the train, and you have like the train transformed into a whole bunch of like speakers and boom boxes and whatnot. You have the train that started going as he started dancing the choreo for the chorus, like the train that passes by, but music will always be there. Much like the train will continue moving forward, music will always be there. Like I'm not really sure, because literally the lyrics say, "'Cause if I had to live without you, I'd be lost. Without you, the lullaby, or the one who sings that lullaby." Like this song could be to a romantic someone, or to a fucking parent, or something along those lines. Like you can, because who sings you a fucking lullaby? You have the screen behind Jackson too. It's almost like him in the past, looking at the flyer as like his future and becoming an artist, maybe even. I'm not really sure, but this is so beautiful. And him going to like the music store, maybe something that inspired him when he was growing up too. Like there's so many cool meanings that you can take from it. And like the book, I'm not sure if it's supposed to represent him as like a bookworm of sorts, someone that very much into knowledge and like reading like the galaxy that is infinite knowledge, like infinite amount of wisdom, much like the galaxy is kind of like maybe infinite, I don't know. Whatever the case may be, it's like there's never going to be enough of you in my life, so I hope you stay forever, something along those lines. I love also like their contrast from like the clothing that makes them look like very kind of like young boyish kind of like teenagers, to then the dance itself and like the darker environment, them kind of like looking a little bit more like mature adult man who are like singing in a more, performing in a more, I guess, mature way and not as boyish as in the previous outfits. I thought that that was really, really cool, almost like symbolizing like childhood and like adulthood in a way, and like blooming, much like the flowers were blooming every time that you saw Mark, and everything that he was doing, flowers were blooming from underneath the fucking concrete. This was dope. The song itself is super vibey. Like it's such a surprise after the last reaction I did to GOT7, like seeing like the darker, groovy, sensual side of GOT7, and now you see a much more boyish, kind of like adorable kind of side to them. These guys definitely have a lot of range. So let's continue. Like the flow. Ooh. Ooh. Whoa. Oh, that is so cool. Whoa. Wait. Yeah, that is so cool. I love that hand mirage thing that they did as they're on like the shaky ground. It was really, really cool. I love the reflection shots, almost like being surrounded, finding imperfections within me. I'm always kind of like representing in a way almost like claustrophobia. Everywhere I look, like all I see is my own failures and my own darkness, and I'm just struggling and stumbling. They literally say find the balance, as some of the sets, like literally that platform that they're dancing on is like going out of control, spinning out of control, and you have like the phases of the moon. But also in this shot, everything is fucking crooked as they say I stumble, you know, and they trying to find middle ground, or they're trying to find their footing. They're almost like emphasizing a literal version of like a Dutch angle instead of just doing a Dutch angle. Dutch angle represents like an imbalance in like a character, for example, like it's out of their control, or like the tables have been flipped on them. If you see like K-dramas where like the main villain, something is going on and they don't have the knowledge that they thought they had, the power has been taken away from them, you would suddenly see like a Dutch angle. It's a crooked angle, a lack of balance. That's what it represents basically, and they're kind of like doing it with the set itself, because the chandelier is crooked, the whole set is fucking crooked, the frame, the empty frame behind them is crooked, everything is absolutely crooked and out of balance, much like my life that, you know, I find nothing but darkness, and the only thing that can save me is you. And also chandeliers. If you've watched this channel long enough, you know that I have a bit of a fetish for chandeliers. I absolutely fucking love them, but they represent a metaphorical light. like within a person, or like sunshine, or like something positive that is still shining within you, and that chandelier is crooked. So like I can't find that balance, I can't find that light within me. Here I go again. It's like I keep on going, much like the staircase that they're going in is like a spiral, like spiraling out of control into the darkness. I feel like I'm going up, but in reality, it's twisting me and I'm actually going down, and I can't find that light. And you're still smiling for me, so I have to focus on you in order to, get away from this darkness. Let's take it back. This is beautiful. Yeah. Damn. And notice how when he says, I won't let go of the light called you, the reflections are almost non-existent. In this shot, there's nothing but reflections. In this shot, it creates like this disorienting feeling as I can't find my footing, can't find the balance in all this darkness. And then it goes to the shot of like him calming down with the thought of you. Suddenly the reflections are kind of like a little bit there, but there's so much less of them. Like they found the right angle in order to eliminate, or did something in order to eliminate all those reflections. So I no longer struggle with myself when I think about you. So that's pretty damn cool. And actually, them dancing in that spinning platform with all the phases of the moon is kind of interesting. So let me see, what is the eclipse symbolize in like relationship sense. Eclipse symbolism. Today, many view eclipses as symbol of transformation and change, balance and harmony. They're literally spinning in the phases of the moon, cannot find that balance. So the eclipse is basically like that symbolism that they're trying to find the balance. Many view eclipses as a symbol of transformation and change, balance and harmony, unity and connection, and reflection and introspection, all of which can tie into our interpersonal relationships. Ugh. Damn. This is beautiful. I'm sorry, but this is beautiful. Let's take it back before we get back to Mark. Literally the glass box that he is in, it reminds me of so many things, to be honest. It reminds me of, I believe it was Kura Kura by Twice. There is like a transparent box that Chongyeon was in, almost like transparent in terms of I'm an idol, you see me as I am, or in a relationship sense, like I'm bare, like I am kind of like vulnerable. There's another interpretation of that with Lonely Street by Stray Kids. If I'm not mistaken, Hyunjin was like in this glass box or something, almost like, again, open for everyone to take their shot and focus on the wrong things. I believe in that song it was kind of like, focusing on the visuals when he wants to be looked at as more than a pretty face. He wants to be acknowledged for his, personality, what he brings to the table, not for what he looks like. And here, that transparent box, the glass box, is basically beginning to shatter, much like if you look at a mirror that is shattering in K-pop visuals, it's kind of like representing a shattered personality, like a broken shell of my own self or something like that, not knowing who I am. So here, everybody's judging, throwing their stones at my glass house because I'm so vulnerable, because everyone can take their shot at me if I'm an idol and I don't have any protection. So this whole glass box inside of this darkness too, it's like my own depression, and like I have no one in my life that believes in me except for this one person that they're referencing to. So that's pretty cool. Sorry. I'm gonna try not to pause at all. It's like being afraid of that someone who loves you because of your anxiety. Yeah. Ooh. Whoa. Full moon. Damn. I love the choreo of like hiding them from the pain. Damn. You're my shining light, saving grace with the emergency lights. Nice. And now he no longer has to live in that glass box. So shatter it. Very cool. Ooh. And the windows shatter on the buildings too there. Yeah. Oh, damn, that's pretty cool. Damn, that's beautiful. Damn. That's beautiful. And there's the eclipse. Oh man, that is so beautiful. That was gorgeous. Oh man. Holy shit. And like them saying I'm gonna win this fight, and then the bridge, the choreo of them hiding one another from their pain and sorrows, like it's going to be okay, almost like they're there for one another or something like that, as they talk about like that certain someone who could be yourself too, you know. This could be a song from me to never give up. And then once I believe that there's a way out, I no longer need to worry about this glass box, because like vulnerability no longer becomes a weakness. It becomes my truth, and it becomes my strength, basically, because I'm not afraid to be vulnerable. Therefore, the glass box shatters and everything else shatters. And then you have like the full moon with them dancing on like that building. That was absolutely beautiful. And let's see, full moon, because like if the eclipse symbolizes like transformation and change, balance, and harmony, then full moon symbolism. Okay, so the full moon can symbolize the culmination of love and the blossoming of a relationship to its full potential. This phase is often associated with the completion of a cycle, representing a sense of wholeness and fulfillment. So they literally reach that full moon, and you know, they achieved that that zen within them and change, and they became fulfilled and no longer worried about, you know, the stairs collapsing or like the glass box shattering, and you know, the mirrors around them, and Bam Bam representing like that emergency light that is going to save you when you are at the end of your rope and there's a light at the end of the tunnel or something. This was absolutely fucking beautiful. Like I'm sorry for talking so much, but that was way too good for me not to say anything. I absolutely love like the symbolisms with the crooked sets, the chandelier, everything, the just everything about this was just absolutely artistic as shit. It was beautiful. And the song itself, I often forget to talk about the actual songs, because I'm not like a singer or like a producer or anything, so I just talk about the things that I find the most intriguing. The song itself was fucking dope. Like it was so much it was fun. It was inspiring as well. Like the chorus is beautiful. The vocals are so soothing. The rapping was awesome as well. This was dope. Let's keep going. Before we get started, actually, now we're jumping into Not by the Moon, so let's talk about it. So now we're jumping into Not by the Moon, and before we get started, I did watch, like, there's like a teaser trailer, there's a trailer, there's a Die cinema trailer that I think touches on this, and it uses basically like lines, almost like, from a comment that I'm seeing, it's like a modernized variation of lines from Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. Basically, there's like a line, "Don't swear by the moon is always changing." And somebody commented that "Don't swear by the moon" is said when Romeo says he swears his love for Juliet upon the moon, and she explains to Romeo that he should not do so, as the moon is inconsistent. It never stays the same and constantly changes, and she doesn't want his love for her to constantly change. So, absolutely beautiful stuff. I don't know who the narrator was. Let me know if maybe it's going to be another mindfuck of someone that I actually know, much like in the last GOT7 reaction. Apparently it was like Lily's vocals when she was like a very young trainee. Let me know in the comment section if you know, and let's jump into Not by the Moon by GOT7. Well, this kind of reminds me of, what does it remind me of? Elephant for Waters? For Water? Like the Reese Witherspoon movie? With the circusy tent? Ooh, very symbolic. That is so fucking clever. I didn't even realize it. I literally said that I watched the Die trailer. Like, you dye my world with color, but I will also die for you, like fucking Romeo and Juliet. This is so fucking cool. The outfits are so elegant. King Jackson. Ooh. Whoa. Holy shit. Those are some captivating visual. That was another face. The faces of the moon. Oh man, that is so cool. Like, I just thought of Eclipse, but obviously it's called Not by the Moon. Obviously. I'm so sorry. Damn. Wait. Holy shit. That is majestic. Oh my. Nice. Whoa. That was cool. Jackson has, like, his voice sounds a little bit different this time, right? Whoa. Ooh. Together forever. He's on that ledge too, very Shakespearean. Obviously. There's the coffin, yeah, poison. Jesus. Whoa. Damn. Oh my god. Love in the afterlife. Oh. Everything's collapsing. Holy shit. Wait, let's take it back. This might be... Python is still my favorite chorus, but this is probably my second favorite chorus from GOT7. It's so beautiful, and I love how dark this song is. Like, literally, we're about to die. Like, what's darker than that? I also love, like, the poison bottle looks like a perfume bottle from, like, what's... Like, the one with Julia Roberts? Like, the C one? S-I? That's random. Anyway, the coffin... Like, they literally had coffins... yeah, these are all coffins, too. Coffins. Damn. Holy shit. It's so clever. Die me with you is like, we both are going to die, and die me with your colors. That's so fucking cool. Damn. Damn. Oh, and the shake. Damn. And the dove breaking the moon and shattering it. Oh, it's so symbolic. Damn. Holy shit, this might be like their best song that I've checked out so far. Damn. What in the Mad Max? Damn. Holy shit, that was incredible. Damn. So I actually just found a really cool article on aminoapps.com, and there's like the music video basically is explained because there's a lot of references and things that I know about Romeo and Juliet. Obviously, I don't think that there's many people that don't, as like a reference at the very least, but I don't know exactly 100% of it. I'm not that into it, but obviously the bedroom scene with Jin Young is something that I recognized. There is a potential to Bam Bam's laser scene that the light seems to be shining around his finger, creating a ring, perhaps symbolizing Romeo and Juliet's marriage. I also absolutely loved the push and pull scene with Jackson, who's like this king on a throne with the crown and everything. And it seems like from this article that the two sides that seem to be grabbing or leering at one another symbolize Romeo and Juliet's families as they're fighting with one another. Jackson sits in the middle of it all with a crown on his head. This symbolizes the prince in the story trying to keep his city under control in the midst of the two families constantly being at each other's throats. At the end of the story, he actually blames himself for Romeo and Juliet's deaths, saying that if he published the two families from the beginning, he might have been able to get the families to be at peace with one another. That's pretty interesting. I wouldn't have thought about that, to be honest. There's another scene. J Boom walks into a room with a vial on a table. I assume that this is a vial of poison, which was what Romeo drank to kill himself. Obviously, that was pretty obvious. Yugyum, I'm so sorry about the names, is standing in what looks like a hedge maze. The writer assumes that it symbolizes the orchard, the place where Romeo first proclaimed his love to Juliet. This is also the place where Juliet's iconic Romeo, oh Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo scene takes place. This line is actually heavily misinterpreted. Wherefore doesn't actually mean where, but rather why. She is asking why Romeo has to be Romeo, seen as he's a whatever the name is. She's basically asking why the person she loves has to come from the rival family. You'll also see the same birds that flew out of the window in Jin Young's scene. The first time is very brief. It flies by Yugyum. I'm so sorry about the name. Jesus Christ. It flies very quickly. The second time, many of them swarm past him, perhaps symbolizing that he is in great danger, even greater than before since there are several more birds. Mark's scene is a little bit tough to analyze. Some of the shots, he's in an empty white room. A few seconds later, he's in a different room, and if you look closely, he seems to be holding some sort of a scarf or cloak in his hand. This isn't a reference to Romeo and Juliet, it is a reference that inspired Romeo and Juliet. The story is called Pyramus and Thisbe. It is quite similar to Romeo and Juliet. There are two lovers who can't be together because their families forbid it, and through some unfortunate events and assumptions, they both end up committing self-deletion. The way that it happens is they both agree to sneak out of the middle of the night so they can meet up and run away together. Thisbe arrives first, but a lioness attacks her and rips her cloak. Thisbe gets away safely, but her cloak is left on the ground and covered in blood. The lioness had just hunted, so it had some blood still in its mouth. When the lover arrives, he finds the cloak torn and bloodied and assumes that Thisbe is dead. He stabs himself with his sword and dies. Thisbe comes back and finds him dead, and with her lover gone, she sees no reason to live, and commits, So Mark holding the cloak references basically the cloaks from the story that inspired Romeo and Juliet. Young Jae's scene is filled with many white coffins, and for a brief second we see him laying on one. After finding out Romeo has been banished, Juliet's parents try to marry her off, not knowing that she has already been secretly married to Romeo. So Juliet goes to the Freer for help, and Freer gives her a potion that will make her fall asleep with the appearance of death. He tells her that she'll fake her death and be buried in the Capulet tomb. And from there, he'll tell Romeo about the plan, and Romeo will take Juliet to Mantua with him once she wakes up. So young Jae lying on the coffin symbolizes Juliet lying in the tomb. However, when he sits up, the room is still empty and dark. Due to some issues with communications, Romeo never learns about the plan and assumes Juliet to be dead. He visits the tomb and kills himself before Juliet wakes up. Young Jae waking up to the same dark, empty room full of coffins symbolizes how Juliet wakes up in the dark place surrounded by dead people, including her lover. Holy fuck. For a brief moment, we see all of them staring up at the balcony. The balcony is empty, no one is there to be Juliet. Okay. The last important scene to discuss is Yugyum releasing the lark. The room is full of masked figures, a moon, and the center. Yugyum releases the lark and lets it fly straight towards the figures and the moon. The figures most likely represent all of the people that made choices contributing to Romeo and Juliet's deaths. The moon is the center. The moon in the center is the very thing Juliet asked Romeo not to swear by, because the moon is constantly changes and she doesn't want his love to constantly change. The lark represents danger, and the moon a fickle and unstable love. So after he releases the lark, it basically symbolizes that he accepted his faith, the danger, and the toxic love both. Now, toxic love might be confusing since Romeo and Juliet are often viewed as the idea faithful and loyal lovers. However, a lot of what Shakespeare writes suggests that they were obsessed with one another and they only fell in love over looks. This is especially hard to deny when you consider the events of the story all happen over the course of 3 days. So what does it all mean? The writer believes that the MV is about an obsessive, one-sided love. Remember the scene with the empty balcony? There's no Juliet standing there, or any Juliet at all throughout the music video. The person they're in love with won't be their faithful Juliet. They won't be able to reciprocate the same unconditional love. The lyrics say, "I'm ready to die with you," showing just how far this obsession goes. Releasing the lark not only represents them accepting their faith, it also represents them being consumed by the toxic love. Their better judgment has been shrouded by what they think is love, so they submit themselves to it and let themselves become pawns. Their obsession gives them hope and they want the love to last, saying, "Swear not by the moon," but in the end, there is no happy ending. Holy fuck. So, to the writer, which is TELMNH on the GOT7 thread on aminoapps.com. Thank you so much. If that made any sense to you guys as well, let me know. If you actually want me to link that article so you can dive fully into it, because there's even more stuff that I didn't mention, check it out. I'll link it in the pinned comment if you're interested. Let me know. But yeah, this was absolutely one of the most beautiful, artistic, poetic music videos I think I've ever watched on the channel. And one of the most beautiful songs and probably one of the greatest choruses I've ever heard, to be honest. Like, for some reason, I can't shake the feeling of suddenly as I'm listening to this chorus, I kind of have in the back of my mind the song "I'll Be Your Man" by B2B, and suddenly I want them to mash up together. I don't know why I love that song, and like there's like an iconic quality that both of these songs kind of like have. I don't know. The song seems like a perfect song to be covered on like a Kingdom Legendary War if season 2 ever happens. I would love to see that song covered for like the kind of grand stage that Mnet gives in the budget. I feel like that would be absolutely fucking amazing. Anyway, holy shit, that was a lot of talking. Let's keep going. We're finishing off this reaction with Last Piece by GOT7. Ooh. Nice. That was so cool. Damn. Did he just teleport? A piece of cake? Okay. Last piece of cake? Damn. Whoa, that was a cool match cut with Mark. Damn, that was nice. Oh. Jesus. Oh, what the fuck? Ooh. Ooh. Wait, let's look at that was a switch up that I didn't expect. Ooh. Love the match cuts. Ooh. God damn. Damn. There's the whoa, it's almost like an empty frame. Missing piece. It's pretty cool. Ugh. I'll do anything for you, Jackson. Sorry. Oh boy. Ugh. I love that every chorus the lights turn off. Ooh. This part, what the fuck? Damn. Oh, I love the circle. Oh man, that is so cool. Also, there's so many references, like either accidental or intentional, like to moon and like the wholesomeness of the way the moon is like a circle too. That was so fucking cool. Like, goddamn, this. I love that chorus progression, like that post chorus where it gets a little bit heavier and it has like some almost like dubstep electronic like elements. It's like heavier just in general. That was so fucking cool. Damn, this was amazing. I love this song. Man, these guys, their music videos are so incredibly artistic. Like they're absolutely beautiful. I love like the whole thing about like them being almost like this artist that has everything and he's like opening the gallery, but there's one piece missing and that represents you, you know, and like them pleading with it almost like to a point of like, I'll do like literally anything to you. Like I'll adjust everything to make you fit, to make it fit you. Like my life fits you and you fit it, because like there's nothing that I wouldn't do to have you in my life. And I'll show you how much I need you, you know, and it's different now. I'll make up for my many mistakes, which reminds me of like some of the other songs, like You Calling My Name. Jesus Christ, why am I having so much trouble? You Calling My Name. It almost like it reminds me a little bit of those lyrics of like being remorseful about the person that I was that may have hurt you in the past, and now I'll make up for all of my mistakes because I cannot I can live and I can be myself without you, but I can't be complete without you. So, you know, everything's kind of like under construction, whether it's like building the gallery or like the street over here, everything is kind of like in the making, and there's like one piece missing, and that constant piece will be you. So as long as I don't have you, everything will fail. Even if I'm 99% there, that 1% that is the last piece, without you, I'll feel like nothing. And you literally have like an empty frame in the background there, which I thought was really, really cool. And like the centerpiece, you have like this frame that has like this wood. It's like also kind of like you're the last piece, like the missing piece, which is also the centerpiece. Like no matter what happens, I cannot be without you. Even if I am successful, there's still one thing that I need. And I would give this all away to make you stay, you know? So that was also pretty fucking cool, and like very cool, like almost like evolution from some of their other songs. Like If You Do was kind of like about, you know, letting out frustrations and being in a relationship that isn't necessarily ideal, like some toxicity for sure. You know, You Calling My Name was kind of like making up for my mistakes. This was beautiful, and I absolutely love the transition to every time the chorus starts, the lights go out. Like, oh my god, was Python referencing this by any chance? Like, I know I'm an icon, watch me with the lights on. Literally the lights turn on as the chorus starts, and then without your, now I've seen the lights off. They also say that at the end of the chorus, and literally the lights are turning off. Like, is this like a happy coincidence, or is there like a reference from in Python to last piece? Because if there is, you know, maybe this doesn't even represent like, you know, a relationship about love. If Python didn't represent a woman, it just represented the industry that is suffocating me like a python. Holy shit, I just had an epiphany. But let me know in the comment section. Maybe it's just a funny coincidence, but yeah, this was beautiful. Out of these, Not by the Moon, I would say, is definitely my favorite song. All of these songs were incredible. I love their storytelling, I love their artistry. I love Last Piece was incredible. Like, especially, I absolutely love the chorus, and the post-chorus is amazing. Not by the Moon is still probably my favorite song. Maybe even from GOT7 in general, from the 7 songs that I've checked out from GOT7. That's nice. It's probably my favorite song, even topping Python. Like, if Python had like at least like a 15 to 20 second bridge of sorts, I think that nothing would top Python for me, because like the chorus itself is just like one of the best choruses I've ever heard. But at the same time, Not by the Moon feels so incredibly grand and so masterful, and it's like a cinematic experience. I feel like it's a song that is going to be hard to beat. And Last Piece was beautiful. All these songs were awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction, with all my talking included. And you know, hopefully you already knew that talking is part of the reaction, as you know. I'll have a warning, I guess, for new viewers, so they know not to watch this if they're not fans of like pause talks and all that kind of stuff. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, check out my 2 other videos for GOT7, Killing Voice, and obviously the Python reaction, which included If You Do, and You Calling My Name. Why am I having so much trouble saying those words? You Calling Out My Name. If you're interested in those reactions, check out the playlist for GOT7 somewhere here or in the description of this video. Subscribe if you're new. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to comment as well to help the algorithm get this video out to more people. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Be well and safe wherever you are, and have a wonderful weekend ahead, rest of the week, whenever this video drops. Catch you all in the next one. See ya.